Mueller. When the blood in your veins returns to the sea, and the earth in your bones returns to the ground, perhaps then you will remember that this land does not belong to you. It is you who belongs to this land. This popular Native American quote is still relevant to this day because it reminds us that we belong to this land and we need to take better care of it. Global warming changes our world each and every day. Global warming is a serious threat to our planet. First, I will be talking about what global warming is. Second, I will talk about what effects it is having. And third, I will talk about how we can control it. Before you can understand what global warming is, before you can understand the effects of global warming, you must first understand what global warming is. Amanda McMillan, a journalist for the Natural Resource Defense Council, explains that global warming occurs when carbon dioxide and other pollutants and greenhouse gases absorb sunlight and solar radiation that have bounced off the Earth's surface. This radiation would normally escape, but it is being absorbed by these pollutants. It's getting trapped in our atmosphere and it's making our world warmer. This is causing many problems. Some of these problems include rising seas, changes in rainfall patterns, changes in extreme weather events, depletion and extinction of animal populations, melting of ice caps, melting of glaciers, and the spread of disease. These are all issues that we're experiencing now, but today I will only be talking about two. Some issues that we are experiencing the effects of today are ocean acidification and the earlier onset of spring. Our oceans are absorbing more greenhouse gases, which is lowering the pH, making them more acidic. Ramesh Bhushan, for the Earth Journalism Network, states that the biggest concern with ocean acidification is the interference with how organisms are producing their shells or plates. Ocean acidification causes calcium carbonate, an essential building block in the skeletons or shells for organisms like coral, to dissolve or become bleached. These corals are dying. Ocean acidification affects some of the smallest creatures on our planet that we don't think about every day, but it's causing a huge disruption in our food chain. Another issue that we are experiencing is the earlier onset of spring. Becky Little of National Geographic reported on a study posted in October 2016 that stated 3/4 of 276 U.S. parks that were observed are experiencing early springs. Earlier springs are messing with the relationships between plants and their pollinators. Most pollinators are migratory, meaning that they move down south for the winter. While these plants are thawing in the earlier spring, their pollinators are still down south or in the process of migrating, meaning these plants aren't reproducing. These are just two out of the many issues that we are experiencing, and scientists predict that there will be many more in the future. However, there are some steps that we can take to control these problems. We are told to plant more trees and to reduce, reuse, and recycle over and over again, and for good reason. Planting more trees is arguably the easiest way to combat global warming. However, it is also the most overlooked. Scientific American and the Environmental Defense Fund stated in November of 2012 that 32 million acres of tropical rainforest were cut down each year between the years of 2000 and 2009, and the rates are still increasing. When you cut down a tree, the tree releases all of the carbon dioxide that it was storing into the atmosphere. So if we reduce the amount of trees that are cut down, we're reducing the amount of carbon dioxide that is released into our atmosphere. From a very young age, we are taught to reduce, reuse, and recycle. It's a very simple way to combat global warming. If we reuse our products, like bags for groceries, bottles for water, and containers for food, and we recycle our paper, plastic, glass, and aluminum goods, we're reducing waste and reducing the need for landfills. In conclusion, we owe it to Earth to take care of it, as it is taking care of us for its entire life. Global warming is changing our world each and every day, and global warming is a serious threat to our planet. We need to educate ourselves and others on what global warming is, what effects it is having, and how we can combat it. As President Obama stated at the Glacier Conference in August of 2015, the point is that global warming is no longer some far-off problem. It is happening here, and it is happening now.
4:40.